Hey folks, I'm coming to you today from inside my Zoe. I'm not really driving it at the moment, but I wanted to do a video to kind of talk you through why I specced it in the way that I did. So this particular version of the Zoe is the ZE50, which is the brand new one. It's the R135, so slightly more powerful GT-Line. Now the GT-Line is, I guess, the top spec trim. So I'm just going to run you through a few details of what that means in terms of features and equipment and everything that comes standard on that trim. So first off, we've got nice little kind of interior touches like a leather trimmed steering wheel. There's this huge screen in the middle which controls the sound system, satellite navigation, which comes standard, and all of that kind of thing. But below there are buttons for climate control and heating and all of that kind of stuff, which is great because sometimes you don't want to be fiddling with a touchscreen. You want like tactile buttons that you can actually touch and use. That's one of my big bugbears about modern cars, is that a lot of them are just touchscreen and nothing else. But I find it's much safer when you're the driver if you can kind of feel for the button and just, you know, give a knob a twist, basically. There's also some pretty cool tech features as well. So there's standard equipment on the GT line, like lane departure warning, front and rear parking sensors, a reversing camera, all of that kind of stuff that you would expect from a higher spec of even kind of, you know, a basic compact car. So the Zoe actually matches up really well with other compact cars in its class, not just electric ones. In terms of optional equipment, one of my must-haves was the Bose sound system. Now this adds little speakers and tweeters and all of those kinds of things. That means you get an incredible sound experience when you're listening to music, and one of my favorite things to do in this world is to go on a drive and just sing my heart out. I'm a terrible singer, so the louder and more clearly I can turn up my sound, the happier everyone is, whether they're outside the car, inside the car, or even just me. So that was an absolute must-have, and I have to say it's phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. When we first test drove this, we test drove the GT line, but it also had the winter pack added. I don't know whether this was just an incredible kind of like sales tactic from the team at Renault, but it was a rainy day, it was really miserable, and the winter pack that was on the car gave us heated seats, heated steering wheel, and I think when they let us get in the car or we were talking about it, they were like, oh yeah, it's about an extra £500 or so to add the winter pack, and we were thinking, nah, we don't need that. It was nice, we loved the heated seats, but not something we needed. Then we came to do our second test drive, and rainy day again, and we put the heated seats on. I was like, no, I need it. So we went for the winter pack as well. So that's heated seats, that's heated steering wheel, and it's incredible. I have to say, I love a heated seat. The nice thing about the Zoe is it heats up really quickly, and it does it in a way that doesn't drain battery like some older electric cars used to. So that's another kind of like big perk of it, is that, you know, you can crank up the heat and have the heated seats on without worrying too much about, you know, what's going to be going on with the battery and conserving energy. I know when I did the Route 57 road trip, we were freezing our way up and down, you know, mountains in the Lake District when there was snow on the ground, because we had to conserve our mileage, because we were like right to the wire every time with every stop. So in order to keep the cost down, what Renault does is actually quite clever. So it offers this option where you can go for AC charging only. So that means just charging at home and at fast chargers and slow chargers out and about in the world. However, if you want DC charging, which is the rapid charging, the one where you can get about 90 miles in 30 minutes, then that's an extra add-on option. We know that we love road trips and we're out and about a lot, and although a lot of the time we are only doing like the fast charging option, we knew that it kind of made sense to go for that rapid charging option as well, just in case we are going down to Milton Keynes, for example, for snowboarding and need a quick top-up charge and aren't, you know, parking in a car park to go somewhere or look around somewhere. We just want that quick top-up. So we went for that extra DC rapid charging option as well. Now, the version we have will do a range of about 238 miles on a full charge. Now that does vary. That is just under optimal driving conditions, but it's actually quite realistic. It does drop down if you go out on the motorway, so the faster you're going, the quicker the battery depletes. The Zoe, like most other electric cars, has regen braking as well, so it means that when you brake, you're getting back a little bit of that power. The Zoe also has cruise control and all of that kind of thing as well, so I'm actually really looking forward to it as a road trip car. Again, not something I've had the chance to do just yet. I really love this car. Now, I have only probably done about 150 miles in it, not including, you know, the ones that we test drove. And that's kind of frustrating because obviously with lockdowns and everything, there's not really anywhere for us to go. So that's why I'm, you know, sitting in my car in my driveway rather than out and about somewhere, showing the car in a more interesting way. So you can see the joys of city life, city traffic going past me, and you can probably hear them as well. But this is a fantastic car, and you know, my basic review after, you know, 150 miles of driving is that I like it. In fact, I really like it, and I think I knew that after my test drives anyway, otherwise I wouldn't have bought one. As I've said many times, I particularly like the sound system. The Bose sound system is incredible, and if you love music like I do, then it's well worth that kind of like little upgrade. One of the kind of biggest things that I was thinking about when buying a new car was how comfortable it would be for road trips, and the Zoe kind of ticked all the boxes. Now, we wanted something that was easy to drive, so an automatic was our go-to option. Even if we'd bought an ICE car, we were thinking automatic. And electric cars, because you've got no revs to climb through, there's no need for a traditional gearbox, so they're all automatic. And we went electric because we did this incredible Route 57 road trip a few years back and just loved that slower pace of travel, and actually that has been built into every road trip since. So, you know, even when we've done road trips in ICE cars, we've still, you know, stopped for hours at a time, you know, every 100 or so miles, just because we want to see stuff. It's not about, you know, doing 5 hours of driving just to get from A to B. It's about everything that you can see on the way and in between. So actually an electric car with a rough range of 240 miles is perfect for us. Another thing that's really important for road trips is music. So that's another reason why we went for this Bose sound system. Just being able to like crank that up and, you know, have a good play with different songs and different tracks that kind of, they tell the story of a road trip. And, you know, if you've been on trips, you'll know that there'll be like one song that sticks with you because that's the one that you heard, you know, during the whole trip. So we've got so many trips like that. And in fact, we even have a Spotify playlist that's called Road Trip that we actually use just whenever we drive, but we created it, and it's been curated in such a way that it's like the perfect driving playlist for, you know, mine and my partner's tastes. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video has given you a bit of an insight into the specs of my Zoe and why I chose them. The light's changing a bit now, so I'm kind of struggling with things in here, so I'm going to sign off. Once again, thanks for visiting my channel. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about how I get on with this fabulous electric car, even though I'm a petrol head, please subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be putting out videos like this every week or so. And as soon as I get some more miles under my belt, maybe a road trip, fingers crossed, at some point this year, and as well as my like normal kind of day-to-day driving, I'll kind of keep you up to date on how I'm getting on and, you know, what I love about the car, maybe what I don't like. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.